in the cabbage.
Welcome to In the Cabbage. This is crazy.
This is pretty bananas right now that we're actually doing this.
I'm Tommy Swain, Andrew Witt. Please subscribe, please listen, please download, like. And just a reminder, keep swinging. Heyo, welcome back into the cabbage. It's your boy Tommy Swain. To my right or your left, Andrew Witt.
Hello.
Hello, friends. I just want to say hand up.
That felt really nice. That was like a little nice Jim Nance impersonation.
Did you like that?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
I like that. I like the hello, friends intro.
I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
Hand up on the media. That's on Poppy. I've also just not been home.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's like, I just got to remember to do it in the hotel room. But the last thing I do when I get into a hotel room is, think I got to do some social media.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to.
That's on me.
How hard is it to post? I've always wondered that.
It takes me like 30 minutes to edit a post.
The whole thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see, that's a lot of time. I wish there was a way that it would just do it for you like in 10 minutes.
Because I always forget too, because I don't post often enough. So when I get more efficient at it, I'm sure I can get it down. But it's, got to download the video to an AI cut, find like one clip that actually works. So I got to listen to like all the clips, pretty much. And then grab that snippet, throw it into CapCut, edit it down, upload it, and then I got to create a thumbnail as well, because there can't be like pictures of our video. It just makes our page look weird.
Right.
Not uniform.
Right.
So I got to create a thumbnail. So I got to find a slide of us like kind of laughing, screenshot that sometimes.
That's a lot, dude.
So
I didn't know it was that extensive.
yeah, because you got to find like a picture that you're laughing or I'm looking at you or something.
I'm just talking the whole process. Like the fact you got to get a thumbnail is wild.
I mean, it's not too bad. If we paid for like, I think ChatGPT, we can get like AI thumbnails, which I would like to do. I just can't find out where Bob gets his. I've asked Bear Down Cuz about 1,000 times where he gets his.
You can't find it online?
Can't find it where he gets it. I'm sure it's
or
ChatGPT.
Online. Oh, it's like a version of ChatGPT
or something like that, where he just types in like he uploaded like 3 photos of them.
Because his graphics are so funny.
Yeah, it's like 3 photos of them, and they just write like Fat Perez running like the 40.
Yes,
something and it pops up.
Yeah. That was our big controversy with Joey Cold Cuts.
Yeah, looked like a defensive lineman.
Yeah, and then Bear Down Cuz clearly claims that all he said into the generator of AI was white man running 40 at the combine, and then that like image spat out him like as looking like a chubby dude.
That's one of my favorite podcasts. Brilliantly dumb.
I will listen to it every week. That's my
like
one mainstay.
Yeah, I just wish that like they just do 2 segments. They got to add another segment if they're gonna be like a segment podcast.
Yeah, I kind of like. Well, I mean, we're kind of a little bit of a segment podcast.
We draft
and we f it around.
Yeah, when we do it, but like we also like. Well, ours isn't successful in that way at all. But I assume we'd come up with more ideas.
That's true. I kind of like I like the informality. That's why I like the Brilliantly Dumb show.
Yeah, I like the intro. I like the 2 ending parts of the segments as well.
I like the first 30.
Yeah.
The most, actually. The buy or sell is like played out, and then the draft is just like for me. And that's usually the last 30.
The draft, they should get rid of the buy or sell. But I mean, it's a good way if they get into convo about it.
Yeah, I agree. I just like the quick 30 minutes that are just them BSing around, cracking jokes, ripping into one another.
Yeah,
they give them hell.
They really do.
They don't take it lightly on that.
Joey Coldcuss gets smattered on that, which is great.
And ultra defensive, man. It's crazy.
Well, he has to be. I mean, they're just getting absolutely slaughtered.
No one else is fending for him.
No, and Bob just laughs. But little creator content about Bob Does Sports. I don't know if we talked about this about Fat Perez hitting the Tiger Woods putt.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
I mean, what an all-time moment for him.
Yeah, it's
right?
wild.
I mean, like that's something you dream of, I guess, doing in front of just your friends, let alone like
all the
other content.
influencers.
Yeah, all the influencers, all the content creators, all the pros, like all the caddies.
So cool. And it was like a competition of sorts.
No, it was a straight up like competition, like stroke play.
little tournament.
And they got to play on the course like in tournament conditions on Wednesday or something.
At Fire. Yeah, which is
And,
so cool.
What's his face one? The guy who used to do good. I'm forgetting his name. Great teeth. Wears like
Not Grant, but
yeah, Grant.
oh, it's Grant?
Yeah. Not Garrett. Garrett's the guy on good.
Oh, I see.
I believe.
Got you. Yeah, I
Grant's
think
the guy who like spun off of it.
Yeah.
It was Grant and Garrett. They actually did a YouTube series of them playing at they do like a road trip through Florida, just them two. And they had like a weeks long running
like tournament play.
Yeah.
Or like
not match, but
like a playoff series, like like a best of 7.
not even like just like continuous stroke play, I think.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, that's crazy.
I think. Or it could have been a running match play.
How did that work out?
I only watched half the first episode and got out of it.
Yeah, you got to. That's so much dedication.
I mean, it's
because I
just-
wasn't gonna watch it. I was gonna tell you. I was gonna ask how it went.
I'm
I was
more
just
interested in the
curious.
courses, but I don't know, man. I just feel like the course vlog and all that kind of stuff is dying for me a little bit. It doesn't feel like there's a good sweet spot between good and Bob Does Sports.
Yeah,
I like if I like what I will watch for course vlogs is a couple people.
no laying up.
Laying up for sure. I'll watch RGC again a little bit. I'm back on the RGC,
What's that?
Random Golf Club.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll watch a little bit of his stuff every once in a while. And then Rick Shields,
Yeah,
or the other guy, the less famous guy.
Peter Finch.
Peter Finch.
Yeah, I like him.
watching Peter Finch.
He's kind of like the hyper or the higher energy, more fun to listen to, kind of nerdy golfer
Yeah, he is. Rick Shields is
for the masses.
for the masses.
It's just like
perfect.
very like G-rated golf content. Like
He's-
it's just not. It's not PG. It's not like crazy. It's not getting out there. It's just you're throwing fastballs down the middle, baby.
Yeah, he Peter Finch did that birdie every hole on that crazy course in Norwegia or some bullshit like that.
Yeah,
And
Norwegia,
It's Norwegia,
Norway.
Norway. But you know, one of those things.
Geography is not our strong suit. Clearly,
Nope. You know, it is our strong suit though.
cleaning up in match plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that where you're going with that?
Yeah. Oh, buddy.
I know, dude. We didn't really get to talk about it a whole lot.
I don't think we got to nerd out about it.
It was fun, man. I loved that format. So we played in a tournament like match play setting where it's single elimination, kind of like March Madness style. And well, unfortunately, I fucking threw my back out, so I couldn't play in
Right
round
before
one.
the Ryder Cup, which we'll get into after this.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't risk it, honestly. The
Not
back
for the Ryder
spasms.
Cup.
My God, dude, I do not remember back spasms being that bad. It's take your breath away type shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're out of it for sure. I mean, I totally understood. I was definitely bummed. I know you were bummed. So I was like, okay,
But I can't.
you can't risk it.
And I honestly, I don't even think I could have played.
Right.
I told you, I was like, I could maybe hit a golf ball like 40 yards right now.
Right. And I just didn't want that for either of us because, like, you know,
I'm not playing, then I'm not getting healthier, then I'm not going to the Ryder Cup. That's tough. So I'm, Rob ended up taking that W for us, though, filling in that slot. You put up a great first round. Do you want to talk about that at all?
yeah, shot 78.
78.
Came out okay front nine, stellar back nine.
Yeah, just like one over, right?
One over on the back.
Which is great. Snagged us that first round dud. Then I'm back in.
Poppy comes back in.
Yeah.
You play lights out.
Yeah, that was solid.
I think that was the easiest 76
76.
I think I've ever seen you. Even easiest score I've ever seen you shoot. I've seen
Yeah.
some low rounds from you. I think I saw your other 76.
You were there for the 74.
74.
Yeah, where it was like even through like 15.
Yeah. But I feel like you were still missing it kind of wild off the tees, but the recovery game was crazy.
It was, I
and
agree.
you were putting, like, I think just unbelievably.
Going up and down. I made a lot of birdies. Yeah.
You're chipping it dumb close. You're pumping the drive, like, super far.
Yeah.
Even your rescue game is so good because you used to pump the ball when you shot that 74, like, farther than you did now when you got a hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, like, far and few between, but way more wild. And you got so close to the green, you still do, that, like, your punch shots are such, like, a easy thing for you.
They're just, like, 60-ish yards.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like if you learn how to kind of distance that. It's also, like, if you just get towards the hole.
It's not going to, like, miss the green, really.
If you're short.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, very rarely have I ever seen you hit it, like, a punch shot off the back.
That's true.
Like where it's hit and rolled all the way off the back.
Yeah.
I've seen you laser some off the back.
Or wide left and right by a wide margin, you know? I feel like it does. It is like a nice, if you're not trying to hit like a 160 recovery shot. Now that's completely different.
Yeah, 160 is.
That's way more difficult.
That's what I'm doing. I'm hitting like a Stinger 7-iron around the corner.
Crazy.
And I'm like, okay, this is never happening. But I really wanted to highlight your game because I feel like maybe you started unlocking the new mental side of your game recently. A lot of good tips I think you kind of picked up where it looked like you were shooting to score a bit more now at that last round. Like maybe not shooting to score, but like
safer.
playing the course. Yeah, like playing the course.
Yeah.
Like you didn't really hit a lot of fades when you were like, I need to hit. You used to be like hit fade, hit fade, hit fade.
Right. I kind of just went out there and
hit your draw.
Hit my swing.
Yeah. And you didn't like, okay, I'm going to pump a fade. I'm going to try to fix it here. You're just like, I'm duck hooking, and there was a couple drives where you still knew you were duck hooking. You aimed it so much better.
Just a little bit more right and just not try to cut it, but just minimize that a little bit.
Yeah. Like it was nice to hear you like, I'm not going to try to hit a fade here. Unless it was needed on a tee, like on this, obviously on like 9.
Have to.
You
have to try to hit one. You cannot play a draw.
Like, yank a draw when you're on hole 1.
You're about to kill someone hole 1.
R.I.P. to Mile Square, by the way. Our men's club got canceled.
So pissed.
So devastating.
Not happy.
It's like, I don't know if maybe I can revive it one day, but it is truly devastating.
And they said it's for financial reasons, and I think that's a load of crap.
It's
and
just for pace of play.
It's pace of play, 100%.
Has to be.
Because we're not taking away any money from the course. If anything, we're actually providing a little bit more money to the course because our tee times are like 85.
And food and beverage. Everyone grabs a beer afterwards.
Yeah. So it's definitely not a revenue thing. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, for sure. There's like 10, 15 people that
every time
breakfast and or lunch
and beers at the turn, cart dogs.
Yeah.
Like, and also, you know, they're coming on Wednesdays, they're coming on Sundays and Saturdays. Like, I get it. The course, some of the rounds, so you watch a Mile Square, when you come back in through 18, you're looking at hole like 4 or 5, that par 3.
Bro, there's like 4 groups.
There's like 4 stacked. My brother said he played and he got through 8 holes in like 2 hours.
That's pretty slow. Maybe
like,
3 hours?
It was pretty slow.
8 hours or 8 holes for 2 hours is kind of like on pace though.
I mean, maybe it was a little longer than that. I mean, I'm sure I'm off on that.
Yeah.
He said he got through 6. Sorry.
How long?
2 through 6.
2 hours through 6 holes. Okay, that's slow.
He almost had a hole in 1.
Oh my God.
He was like 3 to 4 feet away.
That's fire.
And then they were playing lights out. They were winning like 4 through 6 or something. And he had to dip out. But
that was when he had to play that like 12:30 round or whatever.
3:30.
Oh, okay.
I told him like, bro, you're not going to finish 18. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, no chance. And not a Mile Square.
Not on a Saturday.
Not on a Saturday. After men's group, because he went out after men's group.
Oh my God. I think it's literally the pace of play, dude.
Yeah, we're not paying more, which we should. We should have offered that years ago. Those rounds should be like 140. You should give the course an extra 20. Driving range too, it's going to slow down. Like, you're going to take a hit on the weekends.
Yeah.
They just assume people are going to show up for their like 6:30 tee times and buy food like that. Like, that box is stacked from 6 o'clock to 5.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it sucks, but I think, you know, maybe it's time anyways with this club at times. They, you know, they're so over our shit We know Andrew and I just whopping people in the match play. Like the first group we played against got like pissed off at me and like drove off, which
well, they just got salty that they lost. But it's not that you brought in someone that played better than you against their handicap. Like you were kind of playing well, just like this last match.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of like me doing a little bit more, like all the time, and then you'd chime in and do something every once in a while.
Hey, you were balling out. You held us together on the front nine, thank God.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
With duct tape and a prayer.
Dude, that front nine was tough. Well,
So
what did you
tough.
turn it on the front nine? 46?
Yeah, 46 or something like that.
47? I forgot what you did. Maybe you went 46, 41.
I think it's 46, 41.
That's what it was.
Which,
yes, you were 10 over on the front. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like a couple doubles. The one thing that killed us was that one double that we both had on 3.
yeah.
But it was fun. I think back to your point though, is like I feel like I was like having a couple of different cues with the golf course. Trying to just like swing my swing a little bit more. It definitely felt like I was in the least amount of trouble like ever, really. Like I never felt like I was in trouble. Like maybe the drive on like 7, I was like in the trees and I had to like go around it a little bit. Trees on like 2 or 3, but for the majority of the round, it was kind of nice. Hitting a lot of green in the reg too.
Hitting a lot of greens in the rag. You lagged the fuck out of the ball.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like everything was a tap in.
I get lasery sometimes with my distance control.
Yeah, you
if
really
I get
do.
tapped in.
Which I think is going to be, which I thought the most devastating part of our game, which I thought would be for us, is our driving accuracy and the distance we get. Like, I don't miss a lot of fairways, and I hit the ball like 280.
I mean, we're talking like maybe 300 now, though.
We're getting down there now.
You're sending it. And you can also hit a draw, so that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, now he figured out how to hit a draw 2 ways now.
Yeah, that's wild.
And then you're pumping it like 310, 315, and you're lagging the fuck. And then you're putting well and I'm putting well. And when we're both locked in, we're looking at like 11, 12 footers like we're looking to make.
Yeah.
Which is devastating when we're playing against people who are 40 to 50 yards behind us.
Oh, you're talking about the guys that we were playing against?
Well, just in general, I think when we're playing like that, there's not a lot of people who can beat us.
That's true. We're at our handicaps, too.
Yeah. If we're driving and putting well, like...
We're kind of dog shit, though, everywhere else.
Yeah, like wedges, I'm not like lasery. If I'm playing my game well, it's driver, middle of the fairway somewhere. I'm on the green, kinda. I'm not in danger. I'm not in a bunker. I'm either putting from like the rough or I'm on the green. And I'm lagging the fuck out of the ball.
Yeah, we got to get your bunker game right, dog.
I'm getting out of them now.
You are.
Which is the biggest thing. If I can just avoid bunkers in the desert and just get out of them, but I do much better with real sand.
Yeah, for sure. There's some courses where the sand is just so different and it's so difficult, or there's no sand at all. I don't understand how you get out of a hard pan. But yeah, I feel you. Do you like the super soft sand?
Yeah, I like velvety sand. Because I feel like, I think last time we were talking about my bunker play, Luke and Chris kind of gave me a lesson. They both were like kind of saying the same thing similar. I went with like a combo of both for me. Mm-hmm. It helps me get out. But I think what I was so afraid of was just like the constant staying in the bunker.
Yeah.
And so I was not committing to like attacking the sand. Right. I was always like picking it clean and like just trying to like get it
out.
And then I would laser it, like fin the fuck out of it and attack somebody.
Dude, that was the common miss. I'm like, why? That's like such a crazy thing to do in the bunker.
Yeah, I just hated the ball come back to my feet thing. But I'd rather have that now than the laser off the back, because then at least I'm.
Well, now you're 20 feet away from the hole on the green.
Yeah, or I'm lasering it off the back to another bunker.
Yeah, that's brutal.
So it doesn't even like help me.
Right. No, the bunker game is getting better though, dude.
I mean, like it's like at least maybe I can get out of a bunker.
Yeah.
Where it's not, unbelievably devastating. But yeah, I think we were putting on duct tape the front nine. Couldn't even tell you anything highlights besides you playing like your C+ game, I thought.
It's pretty solid though, because I ended up having 2 birdies on the front 9.
Right. I think we walked in. Like, you're not playing that great. I'm not playing that great. Then we walked in at 9. I'm like, he's playing pretty good. I'm playing like dog shit. So I got him on the back. I got to get him a couple holes in the back.
I did turn out like I think I was 4 over through like 4,
which is great. And they were playing awful.
Yeah. Yeah, that was bad. Then at that point, then I went pars and birdies for the rest.
The fact that they hung around with us made me I knew we were going to win the match.
Oh, yeah.
Like we left the door wide open for them to take a nice fat lead.
4-0 lead, probably.
Yeah. I was like, if we walk out here down 2-1, I'd be hyped.
Mm-hmm.
If we were down by 1.
We were just down.
I think we were even.
I think we were just down by 1 going into like hole 5 or something like that.
Down by 1 through hole 5. We ended up either winning, like going up 1, I think, because you chipped it in on 9.
Yeah, I chipped it in on 9. And I had that birdie on the par 5.
So you chipped it in on 9, won it.
Yep.
Which they were devastated.
I think that was to go up 2 at that point.
Yeah, that was GG. Like they're like, okay, this guy's probably gonna par it, hopefully.
Right. They're hoping I don't go up and down.
Yeah, because they were looking for birdies, but super far away.
Right. They're like, okay, one of us is gonna be able to go
par,
2-putt par,
and I was out of it. I had like a 12 or something.
Yeah.
I think you pulled it up.
You had a rough hole. Yeah, you said I'm good. I'm taking double on this one.
Yeah,
let's go.
Let's go to the next one.
Which is honestly, I think it's so much fun to do that while in competitive golf, and like you're just able to pick up if you want to.
Because like at that point, like you're chipping for bird. You would have to like chip it into the bunker, back to where you were at.
Well,
putt,
and they're not making worse than bogey.
Right. So I'm like, brother, what? Like I'm double hitting triple.
So I love that. You just concede the hole for yourself. You take yourself out, and you can just choose to I'm going to reset, and I'm going to help my teammate.
Which is great.
I think that's so fun.
Truly helped me out a lot, which I wouldn't mind doing if we can on the bar stool. I don't know if we can or can't. We probably can't because we can if you're out of the hole because it's best ball. So
I don't know if you take actuals.
So we'll have to ask because I think it's a great call.
I love that aspect of it because then if you're really just not feeling it, you need to take like a quick 3, 4, or 5 minute break just to get your mind off of it. Mm-hmm. I kind of like that aspect of it. And obviously, if I'm still in it, like I need your help.
Right, because I really need you to get par or birdie.
Right. It doesn't matter. You're doing your thing, but it's not going to help what really is what we're trying to like compete for.
Yeah, as a team.
Yeah. I like that part of the game.
I liked our reading of our putts.
I think it was great.
I thought the less help we gave each other, the better we both putted.
Yeah. And we listened to each other. I think we talked about it last time on the pod.
Yeah.
Or was it just a normal regular combo?
Maybe one of the two.
Well, we were saying how we wanted to just like trust each other, a little bit more. Like we're not like horrific green readers. We can like putt pretty well, but we'd only like help each other if the other person then asks for help.
Yeah, or if you're already behind them, like you got it. You're like, yeah, inside right. And then even if someone was off or you thought the other, like there was one time you're like, yeah, no, I don't see that at all. And there was one time I was like, I don't see that at all. Besides it being like horrifically off, I like that we both kind of just said, cool, like fuck yeah, get it.
Right. I love that.
And besides like one of us being like, well, bro, like I don't know what you're seeing here.
Right.
Or the other person be like this way and just kind of like a thumbs up. Mm-hmm. That was like nice. It was a good way of signaling like, what do you kind of think here? But
right. How much? Because we were standing on opposite sides of the hole quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And we'd confirm it's going this way and like a little bit or like kind of a little bit more. Yeah,
and the other person be like, I'm thinking the ball. I'm like, great. There's a couple times where I didn't see that. I'm like, fuck it. He's going to be fine. You were rolling the rock so well, I didn't even need to say anything, really. Besides, like, absolutely. I mean, it was just the first really time fun. I felt finally that we played up to what I think our standard could be.
Yeah, I agree.
Where we've never really even been close. Most of the time we're making like, yeah, it was nice. We played. It was fun.
So refreshing when we're able to play well together.
It's like great. I couldn't imagine.
We've never done that before.
I don't think so.
It felt great.
I felt like we got the monkey off our back a bit.
Yeah, it did. So we ended up winning, 14-5?
It was over by hole 11, though.
Yeah, it really was. Because we were up like 3 or 4 at that point.
Yeah, up 3. And then I birdied. You birdied, chipped in 9. I made a long birdie putt on
10,
which
that's
was
right.
Eagle.
Oh my God.
It's where I had the driver, 3 wood.
We both made par on 12.
Yeah.
And then 13, I think we both, or I made par. You were long on that one. You went long on that.
That's right. Long off the back.
That was crazy.
Blistering 6 iron.
I made another par on the next one.
And they bogeyed that, bogey 10, bogey 9.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
It was just GGs. So it felt really good.
And we just kept, and I love that we just didn't let off the gas either.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I think we took our minds off of it around hole like 13. And I'm like, brother, we gotta you're like, okay, I want to lock in. Like, let's just keep. I love that we were up and we didn't ever stop.
Mm-hmm.
It was a full trouncing.
I mean, you never know what could happen with our golf game. I mean, especially mine. I feel like I could lose it for like 3 or 4 holes and then you're playing by yourself. I don't know. It's a golf. Anything can happen,
Right.
I feel like.
I love that we just didn't phone it in. We got this. They're like clearly playing poor. And we have like our, we're playing like C+, B- B games right now.
Yeah.
I was probably like a C+. You were playing like a.
I mean, it was poor.
Yeah.
Same thing. I was like 4 over through 4,
Yeah. Like it was.
It was bad. It was like a C game.
And I just felt like it just was refreshing for us to finally. I was hyped on it for weeks.
We just tapped in real quick. Like, oh, baby, we're back.
It felt so great to just trounce these guys and go play our next one, which will be dope, which will be the semis versus like a +1, a scratch or something.
I'm excited for that one.
It'll be another good test for us.
Coming up in a few weeks. I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to lead us really well into the bar stool as well. So it's all fun. And I liked where our games are at, too. I like how you're striking the ball, your distance, and you can start moving it a little bit more, and your ball flight is a little bit more penetrating. It's good to see.
Hitting draw.
Yeah, if you want to, hitting some draws.
Hitting like a 15-foot draw.
I think more, 15-yard.
Yeah, like a 15-yard.
Yeah, like you can
draw.
move it. So that's really cool to see. And you want to talk some Ryder?
Let's do Ryder, and we'll call it.
Yeah, I mean, we're already 30 minutes in. We're just yappers.
Well, I love a good yap.
Yeah, I can do that all right.
Ryder, all time.
That was a great Ryder Cup, man. So much fun.
All time, great group. Some really good golf being played out there from a bunch of different people. Again, seeing Andrew come out. This was prior to the match play. Andrew's back finally healed up and came back and started putting the lights out of the scramble from what I hear.
Dude, it was crazy.
Like Lucas said, he's like never seen anyone like kind of make putts like that. He said you made like pro level distant,
like 30 footers, double breakers. It was nuts.
Yeah, there was like a couple times on the back 9 where you guys were pretty far behind and we were just waiting on 18 like tee off.
You guys played so fast.
So fast. And then
we were all over the place though.
Yeah, I mean you had Tim and Con just lapping it around.
Yeah.
And I just heard a couple like yells. I think you made some like deep putts on the back 9 or something. Or someone was getting hyped back there.
I made your brother laugh so fucking hard too. Jesus. Maybe you heard this when that happened though.
Yeah, Timmy's hilarious. He had an all-time. Timmy was the biggest winner. He had an all-time Ryder Cup, I think. He's totally and utterly obsessed.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do a putter fitting with him tomorrow. Paid for a putter fitting for his birthday.
Fun. That's so cool.
Yeah, he's like, I can't putt.
Like, get something you like, and then get something that you're going to want to practice with.
Yeah, he already got a perfect putting mat.
He told me he was going to get one of those.
Like, it legitimately changes your putting.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh my God, it makes you like read greens better or anything like that. It really helps you with your pace and your routine and then like striking the ball.
And I think alignment.
In alignment.
Your start line.
Yeah, your start line, like, but it's not going to help you like read greens. Like the pace is like kind of there, but you can play that little small hole.
At least you have something consistent to fall back on when you're trying to hit a 7-foot putt.
Right.
Anything else really? I mean, like, I think it's beneficial like 12 feet and in the putting mat.
Yeah.
You're not really doing anything. I don't like that sound. What the hell was that sound? Computer?
No, it's just the cheat
security or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it obviously is going to help you for the start line on like the 30 footers, but I feel like that's a lot more like feel. It's all luck at that point, kind of.
Yeah,
to some extent, like that putting mat's really beneficial for shorter to mid-length putts.
And if you're playing on a normal course, like most of the time from five in, it doesn't break a crazy amount.
Mm-hmm.
Like playing mile square, if you're below the hole and like the mid sun,
you're kind of just fucking whacking it to the middle.
Just hit it and it'll go.
Yeah.
Which is great. Oh, I'm gonna miss mile square. I'll never play that course again, probably.
You can.
I mean, it's gonna be so hard for me to be like, let's just go play mile square on the weekend for $60.
Bro, it's gonna be like a 5.5 hour round. All right, we got to move on. We sulked about that shit enough. But I really liked the Ryder Cup. I thought it was a great group. Timmy was having a blast. Everyone got along with him too, which is awesome. I feel like he really needed that weekend, and it was cool to see him in that dynamic.
Yeah, he was living his life, roasting the fuck out of me all weekend, which he really got.
Dude, he was sitting in bed. He's like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. I think it's his nervous tick. I think when he feels like he's like out of sync or something like that, he was just laying into me.
Laying into you.
But I think everyone was eating it up, so that's what made him feel like he could keep doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's hysterical.
Yeah. I was being a good sport about it. I just kind of ignored him for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, it's water off your back,
Yeah.
Because he's been doing it his whole life. That's just what he does. But it's original. It's not the same joke over and over again. It's multiple different angles. It's crazy.
There's puns sometimes. He'll get you with like a knock joke. Yeah. And you're like, brother, breathe. Give it a break. I'm trying to eat a shitty steak over here or something.
Oh my God.
Luke,
dude.
also the big winner, hitting the fucking jackpot on Sunday.
That was wild. And we're all big winners for it as well.
Yeah, we're not paid for the round. Shout out to Luke.
Yeah, it's fire.
That's daddy over there. Chris playing great. Get his first dub at the Ryder, which was cool to see.
That's the real monkey off of anyone's back.
Yeah, that kid was eating that tournament alive. I gave him no help on Sunday. Yeah, like the first 4 or 5 holes, I kind of like kept us in it somewhat, but
the conditions were just so difficult,
so terrible.
It's hard.
Played the best when the conditions were the worst, though.
You know what's crazy? I think that literally developed your draw swing because of you literally trying to like hit the ball a little bit lower. Because it was blowing out there.
Yeah, you couldn't hit fades. And there was a course we played, which I'm out of all the courses we've played in the Ryder Cup, Eagle Falls to me was easily top 3.
Dynamite.
I loved Eagle Falls.
I thought it was the best course we'd played out there. Actually,
I'm up there with you. I loved it more than I liked. Mountains views were all time, but if I was talking about copy paste course, I would much rather play Eagle Falls.
Yeah, it somehow felt nicer than PGA West.
I don't know. It's just like in the middle of nowhere. The holes were so unique, and it was tight, but not.
Tons of water, lots of like risk reward shots.
Yeah, like fun ones, not like Pete Dye where it's like a false front, bunker in the back, and the greens are like trampolines. Yeah. It was like you got to carry this water like 240, and then you be on the green. Or you can like kind of try to cut this distance off, right? At 220, and you're like really close. It's like a better shot, and the next shot's easier,
right?
But you didn't have to play it that way either.
And then there was some pretty straightforward holes as well, with some like bigger, longer grass, some trees.
Yeah,
it had a lot of everything. I was really impressed. I had a
nice.
lot of fun.
The people that worked the pro shop were nice.
Who gives a fuck about the pro shop?
Yeah. And then, because you're on a casino, and then the starter was the best starter I think I've ever talked to in my life.
So chill.
And the starters usually hate their job, and he's like, "You're gonna fucking love this course today."
You're like, "Oh my God, you got my attention. What's up?"
Like, honestly, this course is a blast. Whatever greenskeeper we have, he's the best in like the area, hands down.
And it was flawless out there. It was insane. And we actually had like 4 tee times cancel in front of us.
Right, so it's empty.
And like 3 or 4 tee times cancel behind us too.
Yeah, who caught up to you guys?
I don't know.
Some group was like riding you guys towards the end.
We kind of had to like pick it up a little bit, but we weren't playing like slow. We finished in like 4 hours.
Right, I was on time the whole time.
Yeah, I think we were ahead of pace technically. Like,
yeah,
on the
we were doing
GPS.
great until the back nines of the last 4 holes. It got like
I think honestly,
tough.
the group behind us, if I had a guess,
We were just playing super dumb fast.
yeah, they were getting over it.
Like just picking up gimmies and shit like that.
I think so. We're actually like in there for like a competition.
Yeah, you got to play everything out.
You know, like
And you guys getting that point was like everything.
oh my god, that was huge.
Yeah, it was
at the time, bro. Chris and Vinny were playing so well in those conditions. Chris was like level par through like
Chris doesn't hit the
8.
ball high at all.
No, he doesn't. And then he doesn't move the golf ball very much. So the wind doesn't really like phase him all that
Like
much.
he still hits it like 270, 280 in the wind.
Yeah. He just is a really good golfer, you know? So like he's not
His
gonna
chips
have
are low.
he's not gonna have like bad shots. The wind punishes really bad shots.
Yeah, Chris does great on tight courses too. Like Chris doesn't like if you're playing against Chris, you don't want to play like he doesn't want to play you at Mile Square.
No.
He
No
wants to
chance.
play you at Dove,
Yeah.
where like you can't
A little
miss
bit more
left.
a little bit more like canyon golf.
Yeah, like where you cannot miss certain areas.
Playing in canyon golf, I'm in the 90s. 50% chance I'm in the 90s.
I think the Barstool tournament from Lucas says you can miss areas, and he's gonna sit down and do a little film sesh over his house for us or something.
for Summerlin,
Yeah, because he's played it a couple times.
that's pretty cool.
So we can do a little film session with him. He challenged us actually, Chris, and him versus us two at Dove. He's like, I want to hit up Chris. Let's go play Dove.
I'm down. That sounds great.
Us two versus them two.
Yeah.
I'm down.
That would be so.
$20.
That's what we do.
Yeah, we gotta play him
We say fuck Mile Square. We just go do that.
all the time.
Yeah, let's do that once a month.
I'm down.
That sounds great. Him and Chris and Luke got together really well.
Yeah, which is super exciting too.
I mean,
'Cause
they're both two little bougie boys. So
bougie boys, smart boys too.
Yeah.
Like Luke can definitely talk to Chris about all that type of shit, which Chris eats up. I talk about like dumb shit with Luke.
yeah,
Everyone's
And
got their path.
and Timmy talks about your asshole.
Yeah.
you know. So-
Timmy's got to talk about something. Timmy got he was licking Luke clean on Saturday.
Oh, my
at Eagle
God.
Falls. I mean, it was fun to see Timmy play well though, and we pushed, so it was fun. But yeah, Eagle Falls. The wind was like kind of coming off the left, right to left for me a lot. Like I felt like my favorite was always in the wind, which is nice, but the wind was so strong.
it was just like knocking your ball down.
Yeah, if you were like fading it or spinning it and it was getting left up in the air like that, it wasn't, you kind of almost had to go with the wind because it was so strong. So if I even hit a draw super far out, like aimed it way over the trees and I hooked it, I still was going to be like in the fairway. And then very rarely did I hit like a dead straight ball where the wind still wouldn't catch it. And then if my fade went into it, then at least I was like in the tree line. So I'll just fucking swing a draw. And just started.
Just try it.
Yeah, just like had to. There was no choice really.
Yeah, it was really gusting.
It was fun though.
It was a lot of fun. It was fun because everyone had to like compete and actually deal with it.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh my God, we paid for this round. I want to see how well and low I can score here. It was like, no, I'm not playing
The golf course. I'm playing the dudes to my right and left here.
Like I just gotta beat these guys into the win.
Yeah.
Right. And it made it a lot more fun. Our group, I mean, I saw Luke miss a fade from a left to right wind. That was no joke. A fairway and a half over to the right. He missed over your head. It was a hole behind us.
You drove. Yeah, that was crazy. That's the biggest miss. 2 fairways over.
2 fairways in the middle of the next fairway over.
Because he hit a slice with left to right wind, and that thing just took off.
It was like a
Can,
boomerang.
the boy can send it too.
The boy can boom it. So it was still all the distance in the world. It was just.
I would have loved to see that drive.
It was like. It was
Comical.
unbelievable.
Because it would go, right? Vinny did this too. And I'm imagining Vinny hitting that same shot with Luke's speed That ball is just like 200 yards in the desert.
Brother, I mean, it's just like
It just took off like a
you're
spaceship.
it's like, you know, like how bad somebody misses and your head kind of like turns. It was legitimately like
A full body turn.
like you had to look.
Yeah.
I'm like, buddy. I think he parred the hole. He hit it back from under, like basically above a full fairway, above multiple sets of trees, landed at greenside.
That's crazy.
I
What
was
a
like,
shot.
Unbelievable.
What a shot. And then it was the funniest thing too when you were driving over to me and I thought you were going to ask me a question or something of what's going on. And I'm like, and you asked me, did you see a golf ball? I'm like, no, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, you looked like you were miserable at that point.
Well, it was, we were out in the open. I think that was the hardest it was blowing.
Right around that time, it was like unbelievably hard.
And you're over like 100 yards already. And I'm like, I thought you were joking. I'm like, what do you mean? Should I have seen a ball? Like, there's no one else out here. What are you talking about?
We're over.
And you're like, no? Okay, I'm going to keep driving. And I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
You tell me the story later, and now I'm realizing, oh, shit. You were looking for loose drive at that point. So it's
like,
just
I thought because it was over your guys' head that maybe you heard like a fucking eagle soar.
That thing was like a fucking plane just right
just
over me.
Keep going.
That's crazy.
Crazy. It was just like an overall mountain. It was great. I don't think I need to do any more PGA West courses.
A little played out.
Like, you know what I want to play? I want to play Eagle Falls, Terra-Lago.
And give me the Jack Nicklaus course.
Yeah.
The original one. What is that called? Players Club?
Yeah, I haven't played that yet, so that'd be a good one to play. I would love to play the first year we did.
Ascena?
Another Ascena.
You want to play Ascena again?
Yeah.
Ascena would be great for a scramble round,
Four-man scramble. Ascena would be all time. I liked Rancho Mirage. It was one of my favorite Pete Dye courses I've ever played. I thought Rancho Mirage was a great time.
That was so difficult.
Really, I didn't think that course was as hard as other people thought.
I mean, I just had my body was just in shambles.
Yeah, you were dead at that point. We got to try to play that course again because it's actually a lot of fun.
Okay.
A lot of holes that weren't very, like, I remember saying to people, like, this is not, like, Vinny was like, who's Pete Dye's first time he ever played Pete Dye course? I'm like, it's really, really tough. He's like, this course is impossible. Like, to be honest, I've played tougher Pete Dye courses.
Yeah.
Mountain was probably the hardest Pete Dye course I've ever played.
That was so difficult.
I thought it was harder than Stadium.
It was extremely challenging.
Just because of the greens.
Yeah, the greens were just, dude, they were trampolines. It was insane. And then there was drop-offs, front, back, left, right. I mean, they're just like plateau greens.
You had to like land the ball in the tight green. But normally with that, Pete Dye's course is a stick.
A little bit.
No, usually like you can hammer it and it'll like land, or it's like the greens are reactive enough to like catch spins and shit like that.
Yeah.
This was just, they were brand new greens or something, like you said.
That's what the dude said. Yeah, they said they were like only like 16 months old or something like that. And they like it made them larger, but made the drop-offs larger off the green, so more plateau greens. I just like, I was like 60 yards away and I would like have no bite on the golf ball. Just like hit, bounce, and like roll.
And not just even like a bounce. It was like legitimately a trampoline. And then you were off the back, off the front. Everything had to be perfect. It was just the hardest I've ever played.
I mean, Chris and Luke, they're basically scratch golfers. They both shot 85.
Right.
Like 13 over. Wait, what did I shoot 85?
Maybe shot like
I put up a great round, 87 maybe.
And then
I
Luke,
was stoked about that round.
I shot 98 or something like that.
It was so difficult, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the wind was just howling.
Yeah, it was impossible.
I need to look at what I scored. I feel like I hit it pretty well.
You did hit it well. You guys won. I mean, you guys won our little thing.
Yeah, we just needed like a 1.5 points from Con and Tim.
Yeah.
And that was not going to happen. That was tough.
Well, I thought maybe.
Yeah. You know, Con always loves this weekend, too. He was hyped. He got some new sticks, new driver.
Kind of found it towards the end from what I hear.
Yeah. I think he just got brand new clubs. And so you got to learn how to
brand new clubs.
You got to like learn how to hit them a little bit. His irons are great. He just needs to how to learn how to hit a driver.
You always get worse before you get better with clubs.
Yeah.
Like your putter, just now I think you're finding the fucking sweet spot of that thing.
It's coming alive.
And if you're putting
alive,
like,
baby.
because it feels like when I didn't have my putter before, I would go through moments of like this with any putter I used.
Yeah.
But then I would lose it way faster and it would never come back. It would like always be a little less.
It could be teetering. You
Yeah.
know, you'd like be back and forth over the fence. I'm with you.
I feel like I've lost my Bettinardi before and
But
have found it pretty fast again. And
Like a week later.
yeah, and I don't feel like it's ever as, the fall off is never as bad.
Yeah.
It's never like
I think we're just
can't
getting
ever putt.
I think we're getting better at putting, but I do agree that it is a little bit based off the putter too, because it makes you want to practice as well, honestly.
Yeah, you want to rep it out.
So yeah, I think the weekend was just a blast, dude. Always hanging with Zach is just really fun as well. Always fun hanging with Vinny. Just a really good, solid group of boys. Tacos were unreal.
Tacos are great.
We're 100% doing the Chipotle crema again.
Gas.
That was so easy to do.
Gas.
We got that meal down packed. I like the Chipotle marinade.
Gas.
And then you coming through I don't know what the hell is in that green salsa at that restaurant over here.
It's crack.
It's unbelievable. I don't
It's
know what
lard.
they do.
It's lard.
It's like gelatin. It's super thick and
Yeah,
consistent.
as soon as you stir it, it's like back to that like salsa texture.
Yeah,
It
it's
has
weird.
to be lard.
It's something going on, bro. I don't know what it is, but I can take a bath in that shit and be okay.
That's some good stuff. Players, shout out to Rory getting a dub.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I always love watching the players.
Players was fun this year. I didn't get to watch the final because it started like 6 a.m.
It's so early, dumb early.
Yeah, I was like, what? I mean,
It sucks.
8
There
a.m.?
there was a rain delay
yeah, I know.
on Sunday. So
Yeah.
normally that doesn't happen. You just play 3-hole aggregate right then and there. So that was a little bit of a bummer, but I just love watching that tournament. It's fun. It like feels like you're kicking off the major season. And I just like watching the course. The final 3 holes are just so good.
Yeah, they're great.
It's
16,
like
17, 18 are great.
It's like some of the best closing golf that you get, and especially the 17th.
17th. Can you remember which one the 17th is again?
It's the island, par 3.
Sorry, yeah. And then 18's the one with the water on the left.
Mm-hmm. And then
16 is
that's the par 5
right.
with water on the right.
Yes.
You know, and that
people hit-
big fucking tree on the left.
Yeah.
So you either have to like pump something down there super aggressive and kind of go like up and down,
Yeah.
or you kind of like hang back.
Yeah.
It's just a really fun like risk reward par 5, and then 2 really, really sketchy a par 3 and a par 4 with water in play the whole way.
Yeah. Total devastation the whole way.
And on 18, if you block it right and you're in the trees,
Then you got like a little punchy running thing up to the front.
and everything runs towards the water as
Right.
well. So it's like hard to keep this thing actually in play.
Players did it really well though. There was a couple times I saw people from the Pine Straw. And
Yeah.
they did a great job.
It's really cool. It's fun. I don't know. I feel like it's not underrated, but I think it gets, I don't know, a little bit not the like looked over, I guess, compared to some of the majors. I think it should just be a major. Fuck it.
Yeah, just make more majors. I'm fine with that. Players,
Yeah, it's tough when
the
you're
people,
going,
the people's major. Get the waste management to be a major. Have 5
I'm taking the players.
over waste management
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, just make that one a major. I don't think you need to do anything else. But
Yeah, I get you. I think we're gonna get major golf back this year. Bryson and Brooks, I think, are gonna come back with a vengeance. It sounds like they're over Liv and ready to come back to the tour, and which should kind of kill Liv as long as they don't re-sign, because they can throw another bag at them. But the reports are that it's not enough.
I don't know how. I don't see how they're making any money. Live.
I mean,
So-
zero chance they are. I mean,
Like-
hundreds of millions of dollars, I think.
Just gone.
I mean, that not even like social media good anymore.
Yeah, it's all bad. So I agree with you.
I don't even know what's on. I don't know when it is. Someone's like, "Oh, did you watch the Live tournament going on right now?" I'm like, no, didn't even tune in.
You get John Rahm back.
I don't care about John Rahm.
He's just a good golfer.
Yeah, John Rahm, Brooks.
You're right. I don't care about him either as far as personality wise.
Yeah, I'd rather have
rather-
Brooks and Bryson back, and I'd rather have
Cam Smith.
Cam Smith.
Yeah.
I feel like he's totally fallen off from this. Like he's took the biggest hit in the career.
I've heard that Joaquin Neiman has been playing some unreal golf.
Won 3 in a row. I guess Phil said that Joaquin is closer to winning the Masters than Scotty winning another tournament this year.
Yeah, well, we know Phil.
Yeah, I wish Scotty would have let his dick hang a little bit there
I think he's just going to pull up to the next tournament.
and use it as fuel.
Yeah, I think so. He's not going to throw it back.
I would have just done like career lowest strokes per round or something like that and hit Phil with that and done some shit, little screen copy and paste
Yeah.
and been like, hold it.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
That is, though.
I mean-
That is you.
I mean, just something like, let him know. You can't just Phil.
He's a dude that likes just like holding hands after a victory and then like going to eat a proper meal.
Yeah, he's like, I don't gamble anymore. And then he's in a video and he's like, we're betting Michelin star restaurant tonight for dinner, right, boys? And it's like, brother, you're still betting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, you got that cash, great, but everyone's like, that's fine. I would love to have that money to be like, Michelin star tonight, great,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
great. But I think JT having that round was awesome to see him come back all time round.
I didn't actually see that at all.
Oh my God, it was unbelievable.
But I mean, the course is playing so tough.
Unbelievable.
78-62.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm. And then Lakers on a roll, look all time. Jackson Hayes is the team, is the key, is the
Yeah.
lock.
I saw him play the other night with Luca, and it's just like, oh my God, this is night and day.
Night and day. I don't know what you need to do to find another one of him in the D League for us on our team. Just bring anyone who's tall and lanky and just can kind of run up and down the court.
I think he's a pretty good player.
I like him a lot. I'm so glad his women abuse has disappeared recently from it. It's been great.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about
He's
it.
beaten his wife like twice.
Oh man, Jesus.
beat her once, and then they like trade him to the Lakers on the Pelicans. He beat the case or never was brought up, and then he got charged with it again in the beginning of the year when he missed a bunch of time.
Well, we almost had two of the same guy, pretty much. I forget the dude's name that we were trying to trade for.
I'm glad we didn't get him.
Well, but then we would have two Jackson Hayes.
Right, we just gave away Jackson Hayes and got rid of Dalton Connect for another Jackson Hayes, essentially. He was better. He was good.
Oh, I didn't know I forgot we were giving up Jackson Hayes.
We were giving up Jackson Hayes, Dalton Connect, and a couple other picks. And we would have just gotten that 7-footer back.
Great.
Which is great. Would have been a great trade. I would have liked it. But like Jackson Hayes is number one. I think he's like defensive player of the last month or two.
He's playing really
He's
well.
like number one in overall stats.
That's crazy.
He did a great little fake pass, the top of the key.
I mean, the dude can kind of ball.
He did a little fake pass, 1 to 2 dribbles, take off from the free throw line, essentially.
And he missed it, right?
He missed the first one, and he made another one.
Oh,
with
got you.
with no contest. He was doing like a screen roll of Luka up top, got a ball, guy was rolling over the top, fake dish. His guy went up to help the double. 2 dribbles down there, wide open.
Yeah,
Dow.
he's super athletic, man.
Yeah, just went up there and just jammed the thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think the Lakers are great. He's the glue. I agree with you. The court looks so much more open, and we're more physical.
When you have Jackson Hayes, LeBron James, Luka, Austin Reeves,
And Vanderbilt?
Vando,
That's a big starting
you got
five.
3 legit scorers
Mm-hmm.
who can drop 30 whenever.
Yep.
You have Jackson Hayes who's putting up like 10 and 10 pretty easy right now. And you have Vando locking down your best guy permanently. He's in jail.
Yeah.
And Vando will throw hands with you. He just tried to fight the guy from the Spurs last night. Just try to throw hands with somebody.
I love the chippiness. I
Love
the
it
fire.
from him.
And Luka's bringing a little bit of a chippiness that I knew he was going to bring as well.
He was talking so much shit to the Spurs. He's probably calling him like my little daddy when he was there. Little babies. I mean, they're terrible.
I love Luka.
I love him on the Lakers. I think he really enjoys being in the Lakers. He had a great exit post game with Austin Reeves. He talked about Austin Reeves, how like there's no way this guy went undrafted. He's so good. Unbelievable. He'd love to hear that from your number one.
Yeah. Give
other
all the
than that-
gas.
Other than that, we got match play coming up.
Yeah.
We'll give you guys updates on our new men's club, Skylinks, probably.
We got to do some research, bro.
Yeah, because I just don't feel like Orange County is going to give us anything.
Maybe we go down to San Juan.
You know what? San Juan Capistrano.
Yeah. The course that we always used to play.
I know they have a men's club.
It's not
And
a
I
bad.
remember it's not a bad men's club.
It's also not a bad track. I mean, it's not as great as Miles Square, in my opinion.
Really? I think it's better than Miles Square.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
It's more eventful, that's for sure.
It's better. It's like harder, too.
It's more scenic.
Yeah. Harder.
I'm kind of thinking about some of the holes. They're kind of fun.
One's up. I can tell you every hole. I feel like I can know every hole. One uphill, water right.
Yeah.
2 dead in the sun, hole above you, left.
Way up there. Mm-hmm. 3 over the lake.
Yep.
4 up the big hill.
4 up the big hill.
5 swooping around.
Yep. 6 down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
7 par 4 like this.
Yeah.
And 9 is dead across, par 3. Long par 3, water right.
Yep.
10, you drive to the other side of the bridge. Drive straight ahead. Driving range behind you.
Yeah.
11.
Oh, that's right. And they took out the tree.
Yep. 11 is...
Bro, it's been forever
11 is...
since we played there.
Dogleg right.
It like wraps around. It's a fairly basic one, right?
Yeah. Laps around right. 12 is short par 4.
You see, this is when the vodka usually hits me. So
13. 13, you got to drive back. Par 3 over water, I think. Elevated. 14 would be...
You got us. Take us to the promised land here. I'm lost. I'm just catch me at that par 5 whenever that is.
Yeah. I don't know what that par 5 is.
Slight dog leg right.
Yep. And then 15 is the par 3 up the hill into the sun again. 17, par 5. Swooping left to right.
Yeah.
House is right. 18, par 3. Back into the clubhouse.
Sounds right.
Sounds like a good course. That'd probably be our men's club. It's probably $225 to join.
It's not that bad. And honest, and then we can get prime time tee times. That course always fills up, and it's a pretty fair price. If I remember correctly, it has pretty decent pace of play. So we could play the casual like weekend round there if we wanted to, but you know we're just gonna hit up Chris and play match play events with Luke over there at Dove Canyon.
Absolutely, we got a match coming up with them. We're gonna clap them, hands down.
Legitimately, if we play anywhere like we did, I think we got a good chance.
Yeah, because I'll be a 9. Because Chris is what, a 3. Chris is a 1 at Dove.
We play off of Luke. Yeah, Chris needs to play off a scratch at Dove. He doesn't get any strokes.
0.
Why should he get strokes?
Grew up on the course.
I mean, he's played that course 350 times.
About as many as we played Miles Square. Not even close.
No, he's played that way more.
Yeah.
He's played that course solely the amount of times that we played all of our rounds in our life.
And then Elisa, we get pops.
Oh, does Luke want to take us out of Aliso Viejo Country Club?
At some point, we're gonna throw that in. That's a plus. He's a plus in Aliso Viejo. He's a +1 or something.
At least.
At least.
I mean, he drops like 70s there all the time.
I mean, it's not even hard for him. He just basically drives the green every hole.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Anyways.
Sayonara.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yep.
And just a reminder, keep swinging.